Hello and welcome back to My Own Worst Enemy. We are continuing along our playthrough of Space Empires 4X. Let's just jump right in without a lot of chitty chat talk this time. So the first thing we do, if you'll recall, is we're going to determine player order. And this is normally done in game by bidding, but we're not doing that in this game. So I'm just going to grab a D10. And we're going to say 1 through 5, it'll be the blue player. And then 6 through 10, it will be the yellow player. So let's roll and see what we get. And 6 means the yellow player will go first. I believe the yellow player went first last time. So let's start with the yellow player. The first thing we do, if you recall, is movement. So let's do that. We'll start up here with this destroyer. I'm going to move the destroyer into this hex. And I think we have a scout remaining down here. So let's move the scout into this hex. Hopefully there'll be a planet there for this colony ship to colonize. And I'm going to move this colony ship and declare that I am colonizing Haldir. And I think I have moved all the ships. Let's see. No, we probably have one back here. So let's move this colony ship forward 1. And now we have moved all of our ships. So we will go right now into the next thing, which is combat. There's no combat to worry about. So we go into the next step, which is exploration. So let's start down here. We flip this, and there's another mineral. The destroyer will flip this one. That's a barren. Well, let's see something here. That's a barren world. Okay. We'd have to have the proper technology. The terraforming technology would allow us to actually colonize that world. So if we want to look at how much that would cost, I think that's down here. Terraform 0 is colonize non-barren planets. So that's where we start. 25. So it would cost us 25 CPs to colonize this world that we just discovered. That's a lot. But you know what? The state that the yellow player's in, it might be worth considering because the blue player, if you'll remember, has already colonized 4 worlds up here to the yellow player's 1. Okay, so we went through movement, combat, and exploration. So now the blue player will do the same. So this scout is going to leave Vulcan and go into this hex. This scout is going to go 1 more forward in his home territory. Could have gone into this deep space, but don't want to do it yet. And we lost the scout that was there. So colony ship can head out. The miner ship's going to also head out, and they have a destroyer, which is going to head out. I believe we have moved. Combat, there's no combat, and so we go to explore. Another mineral. And there it is. I was going to say we had one more, so let's flip this one. A black hole, and you know what that means. We have to roll for survival here, so it's a D10. And we are looking for, we look this up on the sequence of play chart, or the player's aid, I should say. 1 through 6, no effect. 7 through 10, it's destroyed. So let's roll. And so that's a no effect. So that's good for the blue player. Not like the yellow player. The blue player survived the black hole, the encounter with the black hole. So he'll just sit there. And I believe we have now, let's see, have we explored, we've moved, combat, everything we needed to do. So that's going to be it for the blue player. That'll take us into turn number 2. And we go back to the yellow player. So the yellow player is going to continue scouting. Oops. Is going to continue scouting in the home system marker area, the yellow ones. Except for this DD. I think this DD is actually going to move into unexplored deep space, being risky. And so we've already declared colonization of that world. This colony ship is going to move forward, kind of following along this scout ship, hoping that another, you know what? And I don't think I moved this miner the last turn. So this miner in the first movement phase would have moved here. And in this phase, he would have moved to here. So let's do that. This colony ship's going to come forward. And I believe that is all of the movement that we can do. No combat. Now we go to explore. There we go. And then up here, wow, mineral 10, that's good. So there are good things in deep space as well as bad things. Okay, so we've that's it for the yellow player. Now to the blue player. I'm going to continue moving into unexplored space here. And let's go ahead and move this scout into deep space. This miner is going to move forward. This colony ship is also going to move forward. Probably heading out to Vulcan. No combat, so now explore. Mineral. And the other exploration is here. A deep space marker. Asteroids. So that's the only two that we reveal. And then, did we move the destroyer down here? I don't think we did, so we should have moved him. But we didn't. We forgot. You got to keep up with your ships that are moving. So that's why you want to do this in order. You want to do movement, combat, and exploration. You got to be really careful about making sure you move all your ships in that movement phase. So that is it for the second turn. So we're going to go into the third. Kind of flying through this now because we should have a good feel now for how this works. So let's go ahead and start the final movement phase in turn 3. This scout's going to move here. This colony ship is going to declare colonization of this world. This colony ship's going to move forward to here. This colony ship has already declared what it's doing. This destroyer is going to move forward. So have we moved everyone? No, we got to move the mineral, the miner that is, back to the home world. And now I believe we have moved everybody. So no combat. So we explore. Another mineral. And a danger. So if you'll recall, danger means that this is bad. Poor yellow player. This means that the destroyer is destroyed and the danger marker is removed. So let's get those out of the way. So that's bad news for the yellow player yet again. Not looking good at all. And so we have moved and we've explored, we've combat. So now we go into the blue player. Again, turn 3. So this scout ship will move forward. And this miner is going to pick up this mineral and move back. This scout ship will move forward. This destroyer is going to move forward. This scout ship is going to move this way. So I believe we have moved everyone. So let's go ahead now, and there's no combat, so now we go to explore. Minerals. And here, a mineral. And I believe we have concluded now turn number 3 for both sides. So that will take us now into the economics phase. And let's just go ahead and start with the yellow player. So colony income, we are going to get 20 for the homeworld, 3 for this colony. So that's 23, no other colonies. So it's going to be 23 for colony income. So 23. And then I think we're going to cash in. Where are we going here? We're going to cash in 5. So we'll do that. Cashing in 5 minerals. Nothing from pipelines, so that's going to give us 23 plus 6 is 29. And our maintenance cost, we didn't, let's see, I don't know if these losses are being erased down here or not. I can't recall if we had actually entered anything in there. Maintenance was at 2 though. We can do a quick check here real quick to make sure that's correct. Well, we lost the destroyers. That's going to save us some money, unfortunately for us. So we still have 1 scout out there. So yeah, we're back down to 1 maintenance. This is the case where saving money is not a good thing. So we have 1 lonely scout. We're one lonely scout we're paying for. So that's going to leave us 28 to spend. Jumping out real quick here. I should note that I brought that mineral all the way back to the homeworld. I could have taken it to this colony. It would have saved some time. Probably should have done that. So far we have stepped through collecting our income. We paid our maintenance, and now we're into purchasing tech and ships. So we'll just do those at the same time. And honestly, this player needs ships. So I think what I'm going to do, we actually have a tech level 3, so we're going to spend 12 and buy a cruiser because we just lost our destroyer. So we're going to search inside here and grab cruiser 1, which is here. And if I can close that. So this is cruiser 1. We'll show it on its proper side. So this will be built at the homeworld. Now this is a hull size 2. And remember that each shipyard, and there are 4 in here. So there's 4 there. Each shipyard provides 1 build point. So this cruiser takes 2, it's a hull size 2, so it takes 2 shipyards to build this 1 cruiser. That would leave 2 shipyards left to build either another cruiser or 2 1 hull sized units. So you could build 1 colony ships, or 1 hull size, it could build 2 if it had the money to do so. So we've built a cruiser out there. We probably do need to build another colony. We still have 3 colony ships running around. We're going to need to build some more colony ships. And I feel like, though, maybe we want to buy another tech as well. So we could, well, let's see, let's go ahead and deduct what we just spent. So the colony ship, the cruiser was 12, I believe we said. Yeah, so it cost 12 CP. Making myself dizzy with all this moving around. We just spent 12 on that cruiser, so 12 from 28, so our remaining, for now our remaining CP is 16, if I can find the 6 key. So we still have 16 to spend. We can either build another ship or we can buy technology. And again, the yellow player, I think, is being driven more towards war than expanding at this point because the blue player is just so far ahead. What does it cost to build a destroyer? 9. We could build another 9. Honestly, we could build another cruiser because we have 2 shipyards left that haven't done anything. They could build a cruiser. We have the money for it. And, what we could also do is build another base here. So let's see, what does a base cost us? That would cost us 12. And technology, 15 to get the exploration. So this would allow us to go out and explore a system marker before they move. So that would actually help us in not lose ships if we wanted to explore with the cruiser. And I'm going to do it. Let's do that. We're going to spend 15 CPs on exploration tech. Kind of crazy, but why not? So exploration tech is down here. So we're going to spend that, and that is going to cost us 15, which would leave us with just 1 CP left over, which is going to carry over into the next economics phase. And I'm going to keep everything as it is because that will end the economics phase for the yellow player. So now we do the same thing for the blue player. The blue player a little different. So we've got 20 for the home world, and then 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, before we do that, let's finish out the yellow player's turn. We didn't actually get down to increase colonies. We didn't do that. So down here, this 3 would now go to a 5. So that would make this is now a fully functioning, a full-size colony here. So this world is colonized and pumping out 5 CP. So that's what they'll get next turn. We declared we were colonizing this world, so we would flip this. And again, I don't know why that's a pipeline. So let's see. Let's grab a colony marker here that actually should be here. And we'll put it, oh, don't think I copied it. Let's see. There we go. The intricacies of Tabletop Simulator. So we flipped and we grab a size 1 marker for the colonies. So this is now a size 1. I think we had another one. We did. So let's flip this one. I don't know why there's MS pipelines behind these things. Weird. So let's, again. So we're now colonizing this world. We need a size 1 marker. So that's the only 2 now that they have, that we have to flip. So now I think we're okay on upgrading all the colonies. Yeah, so that's it. Now we can move back to what we were doing. So we are counting up our colonies for the blue player. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 for colonies. So that's 26. Again, this is probably the most complicated part of this game, and it's not complicated. It's just a little spreadsheety, but I don't really mind it. I kind of like it. If you ever play Federation and Empire, then this is nothing. So we have our no minerals and no pipelines, none of the other stuff. So down to 26. Now, one thing you can see is the importance of the minerals in this game. So the yellow player actually didn't have much in the way of colony income, but just having that one mineral brought it up to 29. So minerals are important in this game. And carryover from last turn, we had 1, which I didn't bring over. So actually this is 27. And maintenance, so we did lose some, oh, we didn't lose anything here, did we? We still have 1, 2, 3. Maintenance is at 3, which was, I think, an increase from last time. So this is actually at 3 now. So that's going to leave us 24 to spend. All right, so the blue player, what does the blue player need to spend on? So we're about to lose another colony ship. Not really lose it, but we're about to turn it into a colony once it gets to Vulcan. So that's going to, I think that eats up all of our colony ships. So it might not hurt to have another colony ship out there. We've lost a scout. We have a destroyer. What do we want to do here? What technology do we want to... Do we want to buy a technology? Do we want to buy another ship? Take a look here at ships. What to do? What to do? One thing I do want to do, and I've talked about this in the last episode, I want to start building bases forward. So I think we're going to build a base. That's probably a smart thing to do for the blue player. So that's going to cost us 12, and we can build... It has to be built at a colony that produces income. So all of these actually are valid. So let's grab a base if it's in here, which it better be. So let's see, search for a base. There it is, base. So this is actually base 2, I believe. Let's see. So we want to build this base. I'm going to put it forward here. Start protecting our outer regions here. So there's base. There's a base, I should say. And I'm looking because this, I think this may be the wrong marker. And what I mean by that is this is an upgraded base. I think we should probably be putting out base ones. And let's see, does it show the bases? Wait a second. So maybe we can't build the base yet. Did we get ship technology size 2? I think we did last turn. Yeah, okay, we're good. So we meet that requirement. It's not built by upgraded the next technology. So I think that the next base would still be, or this base probably should be a base 1 because I think it's driven by the technology. So let's get that off of there. So we got to grab the base 1 marker, this one. I guess that's the same thing though. Maybe I'm confusing myself with shipyards here, but okay, so let's grab our base 1. So I believe these functions just like group markers for ships, and we'll place it, we want to put it here. That's Orion, I believe. Yeah, okay, so we're going to build the shipyard here for 12. That's going to take down, so far we have spent 12 on ship spending. So we have 12 left to play with. So what do we want to do here? Do we want to buy a technology or another ship? And one thing we could consider doing is actually buying more miners, because there's a lot of minerals floating around out in space. It'd be nice to drag those back in. So I think we're going to buy a mining ship. So that's going to be 5 more. So we're spending 17. So that's so far. So that's 5 more. And so this would leave us with 7 left if my maths are correct. And we pull out a mining ship. Miner number 2, we will place it here. And leaving us with 7. I don't know if there's a whole lot we can do with 7. Could buy another scout. Could buy another miner. And are there any technologies that are dirt cheap? Nope. Could just carry that over. Tempted to buy a scout. What was the DD? Maybe we buy another DD. 9, and we had 7 though, right? Let's buy another scout. And I thought I had a marker out. There's this one. So let's buy, oops. Let's just, I don't need that stupid one under. So let's buy another scout. And that was, how much was that? 6. So that's going to leave us with just 1. Okay. So let's go ahead and take this to 23 because that's what we ended up spending on ships. That'll leave us with just 1 left. Let's go ahead and move it up. Oops. To 1 being carried over. And that will take us into the increased colonies for the blue player, which are that's going to flip this over. So now it's a size 3 world. That's a size 3. That's a size 3. And this is now a full-size colony. I don't know why I drug that down to the yellow player, but I did. So that's now a full-size colony with, they're going to be raking in the cash here next turn. So we have upgraded all of our colonies, and now that's going to end the economics phase for the blue player, and that will take us back into turn 1. And so what I will do is, again, I'm going to end it here. So we went through 1 complete round where we had 3 turns, the economic phases for both sides, and I will end it here. Now, By this point, you should have a good feel for how the turns work and how everything's going. So maybe what I'll do is next time, maybe do 2 turns, maybe 3 turns, maybe start increasing. Then again, I don't know, because the length of these videos are short, and maybe that's a good thing. So they're around 30 minutes, and I think that's probably a good spot to be in. So it makes these a little more watchable, especially if you're trying to learn the game. So basically, the blue player I still think is in great position here. The yellow player not so much, because they lost those 2 scout ships early on, and it really hurt. Not only that, but they've had 2 worlds that are within striking distance of founding colonies on, and that's slowed them down. So the blue player got lucky with 3 right here, not too far from the home world. Well, 4 if you count this one, which is also closer to the home world. So we are continuing to spread out. The yellow player has a cruiser coming out with the exploration technology, so that ship will not get lost. It should stay in play until it gets caught in a battle, and maybe we'll be seeing some battles here pretty soon as these borders start encroaching on each other. So I will stop it here, and we'll come back and continue along. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. And as always, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you back here next time.